Flippity flap. I remember my grandfather. He either had a roll this big. He was the rubber band guy, okay? And he would have a rubber band around it, and he'd keep it in one pocket. And he'd be loaded like that. He'd either have a wad like this, and he'd pull it out in the middle of a movie and just start counting it. Dang, 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 dang. I'm like, how much he got, man? That's a lot of money. How much money is right here? What do y'all think? Okay, I got a handful. I got about 3/4 of an inch of 20s, and the rest is honeys. So, look, I just want to talk to you about money for a second. Are you paying attention to it? Are you looking at it? Are you counting it? Have you done the math on it? Have you looked at how you've been programmed to have it or not have it? Most people have been programmed not to have it. I remember I used to read this little cartoon, Richie Rich. You probably remember the Richie Rich, a little blonde-headed white kid. He's about this tall. His plumbing had gold. Y'all remember the Richie Rich dude? Okay, I don't know what his dad was. His dad was rich. I don't know what his dad, Richie Rich, did, but I know this, he had a lot of money, and this Richie Rich kid had the mentality of never worried about money. Everywhere he went, he saw gold, and he saw prosperity, and he saw affluence, and he had everything he wanted. And then there was me, and we didn't have everything we wanted, okay? And we were worried about money all the time. I mean, we had air conditioning, heater, and food, and schooling, and bicycles, and the stuff that some countries would make me rich. There's third world countries out there, kids have never seen a bicycle, never had heating, never had plumbing, never had a toilet, never had maybe a steak, things that we take for granted every day, never had a cold carton of milk. And so in many ways, I was brought up lower middle class, but to some people I was probably rich, Richie Rich. But I didn't know about those people that didn't have anything when I was growing up. I just knew that my mom was terrified about money every second of every day. And when I went to high school and business classes, my first business classes, and then went on in college to spend 5 years in college studying accounting and getting a master's in business. Not a master's in business. I didn't get a master's in business. I got a business degree. I was a master in nothing. With an accounting degree and could not balance a checkbook, didn't know the difference between an asset and a liability, didn't know how to run a profit and loss statement, didn't know how to control the top 1 inch of a profit and loss statement. And if you'd have asked me what was more important, the most important part of a profit and loss statement, I wouldn't have known what to tell you. I knew nothing. But I did know one thing. I wanted to learn about money. And because I was so scared about money because of the way I was brought up, the mentality around my house was because we didn't know how to get new money, we had to save the money that we had. Save for a rainy day, you know, a penny saved is a penny earned, and money doesn't grow on trees, but I didn't know where it grew. I didn't know how it was manufactured, how it was created, how could I get some, why would I save it, how do I earn it, how long does it take to multiply it? I knew nothing about money. And so for the past 25 years, maybe 30 years now, I've been studying money. How do I get it? How do I keep it? Now, what do I do with it? I was 33 years old when a man told me, he said to me, hey Grant, you know how to make money now. You've learned how to make money. You're putting money together. Your business is working. Now you have to learn how to get money to make money. And that's the first time I'd ever heard that. How do I get money to make money? And I went out and started reading books on money. I read a book about other people's money. I read books about how banks make money. I read books about how people made money. I read about the Rockefellers and the Morgans and the Vanderbilts and all these people that had created these massive, massive wealths before there was an Instagram or an internet, and before you had access to Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Melinda Gates and the Oprahs of the world and people becoming billionaires and the Jay-Z's. And today we look around you, like people are being made into billionaires. Mark Zuckerberg at 26 years old is a billionaire. Like none of this was available when I was growing up. Now the potential, the possibility for somebody to be extremely wealthy. Money works, folks. Okay? And what you don't know about it will work against you. And what you do know about it can work against you. And I know it worked against me. I didn't have money. I spent once I learned how to make money, I literally did not know what to do with it. So I started collecting data about money. And I started learning from the places where I was comfortable, which is your surroundings, your environment. And in my surroundings, you know, I was told, don't waste money, don't play with money, save money, put money in the bank, get some money, bring it to the bank, get some money, bring it to the bank, get some money, bring it to the bank, go out and work, get some money, bring it to the bank. And that's what I kept doing. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, I'm feeding the bank. And I was reading this book one day and learned that when I give the money to the bank, when I take the money and put it in the bank, they take the money, convert it to digits. I did not know this. And then they pushed it out into the system and lent it 9 and 10 times. I was like, whoa, they don't even keep the money I give them.
돈은 우리 삶에서 매우 중요한 역할을 합니다. 제대로 이해하고 활용하지 않으면 돈이 우리를 통제하게 됩니다. 과거에는 돈에 대한 지식이 부족하여 이를 효과적으로 활용하지 못했으나 지금은 달라졌습니다. 돈에 대한 지식은 개인의 부를 축적하는 데 필수적입니다. 돈은 단순히 노동으로 취득하는 것이 아니라 효과적으로 관리하고 투자함으로써 우리가 바라는 부를 축적할 수 있습니다. 올바른 지식을 활용하지 못하면 우리의 경제적 상황은 개선할 수 없습니다. 따라서 돈에 대한 이해와 지식은 우리에게 경제적 안정을 위한 필수 요소입니다. 지금부터라도 우리의 미래를 위해 돈에 대해 공부하는 여러분이 되길 바랍니다. 지금까지 인생 멘토 영과정이었습니다.